Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and/or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to put the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to Playtime. We got your 6 at 6. Now here's your host, Shad Turner of Veterans Unite Podcast and the People's Patriot Project. And as always, Patriot Pride.
And there we go, folks. Welcome back to another episode of We Got Your 6 at 6. I'm Shad Turner, host of the Veterans Unite podcast. And from the People's Patriot Project, we've got Mark Peterson and Andrea Eichmann. Mark is actually on location, I'm guessing in Wyoming today. But it's still going to be an awesome show. We've got a great guest and musician lined up for you, and our peanut gallery, aka the foxhole, is filling up rapidly. So we've got a great show, but you know what we've got to do first? We got to start off with Pledge of Allegiance. So if you can stand, please do. If you're wearing a hat, please take it off and get ready to say the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, there we go. And if you hear random screams and squeals and God knows what else from my end, it's because the baby went in and out of the door and somebody forgot to close it behind them. So the door going to the other side of the house is open and grandma and baby are starting to play. But anyways, guys, how's y'all's week been?
It has been a busy week. It has been an amazing busy week. And I know that's not the most attractive building on the face of the earth. I am in Washakie County, Wyoming, home of they still call them the Warriors, Worland, Wyoming. And I can give you a real quick, but here's the thing, man. This is considered desert land still, so this is your other option. So I figured the building would be a good backdrop for the time being, and so I'm out here for a graduation of a young warrior, and I literally say that in a couple reasons, because this young man has chosen to join our amazing Marine Corps, and I'm going to bring him on here in a couple minutes here. But Kean Anderson graduated from high school today, and will soon be joining the Marines in a couple weeks here. So,
right on.
Awesome. Great job. I celebrated fishing opener up here in Minnesota, and when I say that, that's tongue in cheek. I don't really fish, but it was a beautiful weekend on the pontoon, and so I have 5 children and 3 grandbabies, and it was a blast. So I want to thank my family for that. That was my Mother's Day. We get together on fishing opener, not necessarily on Mother's Day, but usually they're concurrent. So it was fun. It was fun. It was awesome. I think they caught some fish, so that was good. And I got to hang out with kids, so that was great.
Awesome.
That was
Yeah,
great.
I spent the second weekend in a row down at the beach, and the first weekend, which was last weekend, I was in Matagorda, and then we drove quickly over to Sargent and just looked at it, and it's like, okay, cool. Well, this weekend we went back. However, I don't know if there's a front that came through or what, but it was cool, which meant it was like in the 70s the whole time, cloudy and windy as hell. I mean, the water was all choppy and nasty and mucky looking, from all the sand and crap that's been stirred up. But you know what? A bad day at the beach is still better than a good day in the city. Just saying. Oh, geez. All right. So what do we got going on for this week?
So let me pull up my notes. We've got so much. I'm sorry. This is a little technical issue for me. So well, maybe let's introduce our guests. Let me find this stuff. We have got tonight, we've got Tony Turner on here and Mark Peterson, who's being really quiet. And we have Mr. Jesse Quandt, musician from Spokane area. Awesome. And then we've got James D. Snow, podcast extraordinaire. You got a lot more going on than that. You got a lot more going on. So we're going to let James tell us more about that. But Mark was actually on. James, how long has that been? Like 9 months, I think, since we were on the podcast with you, James. Quite some time ago.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's our guest for tonight. We look at Peterson. Look at him sitting in front of that building. Can he even hear us?
I think so.
It's funny to not hear him talk. So Mark, you kind of set this up, and I apologize, I'm not finding the sheet. I think we have Jesse slated for 3 songs tonight. Do you want to start with a song for us?
Yeah, I'd love to. Absolutely.
Awesome.
All righty. I don't typically, when I write, I got out of the Army specifically to write and start a music career full on. And so there's only about 3 songs that I'd ever written that were directed at my experience in the military or with people. And the more I started dealing with people and veterans groups, especially after I got out, it became a lot more influential to my songwriting. So I'm going to start one off. We're actually getting ready to re-record it and release it as a single early next year. It's called They Fly. She sits and she waits in a chair on the porch, and her only company was a letter he wrote from 6,000 miles away. Over a lifetime it seems, but she sees him at night, all alone in her dreams, and she dreams, she dreams. months have passed since he was shipped out. With a baby coming soon, he's gonna need his dad around. But as one life is taken, over another is born. But she swears she feels his hands, she smells the scent of his cologne. He is home. He's home. It's white as the snow falls, as sure as the rain. Time will heal the heart, but it'll take away the pain. And there's no need for question, you can never ask why. 'Cause we all have angels watching over us in life, and they fly. Oh, they fly. When 6 years go by and the boy's in his bed, his mom kisses him goodnight. He looks at her and he says that a man talks to me every night when I sleep. Says he's always watching over you and over me. He has wings on his wings. Yeah. It's white as the snowfall, as sure as the rain. Time will heal the heart, it'll take away the pain. And there's no need for questions, and you can never ask why. 'Cause we all have angels watching over us in life, and they fly. Oh yeah, yeah, oh they fly.
Very nice. Very nice. Bravo. Bravo.
Another weekend where we get to enjoy just kind of that attack of the nerve and just the amazing talent of our veterans and first responders out there. That was pretty awesome, brother.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I get a little nostalgic as I come out to Wyoming. I don't know if maybe you know, this is my home state, and I no longer have family out here other than, I mean, my sister's in Worland, but my mom and dad have passed. But, you know, when I was growing up, huge influencers in my life. And so it just, I was able to hear little pieces that just grabbed me during that song, and lots of souls out here that I miss dearly. And I'm excited to be out here and just kind of be in the mix of them. But I just, again, thank you for your gift and your talent and willing to share that with us.
Thank you all so
Pretty
much
awesome.
for the reception on that. I appreciate y'all so much.
I also want to apologize to everyone, only in the fact that I've thrown my team off a little bit here with me being out here, and I normally do the chatter McChatty most of the time, and so I'm trying to stay behind the scenes a little bit, and I'm throwing them off. And so if it doesn't seem like it's totally cohesive glue today, that's my fault. We need to get more practice of this. But if you look and talk about where we've been from the beginning a year ago, we've been running for probably about 14 months now, and we're still sorting out the technology pieces when it comes to us being remote. And so I just want to thank Andrea and Shad for picking up the loose ends on today. And if I'm throwing a curveball, that's completely 100% on me. And don't hold it against us. We'll get there.
You're fine.
And,
we're gonna do this.
You know, I wanted to throw out there the real Doug Lane who's in there. It must be really warm, or he's he's getting a refill or something out there because he's absolutely blaming me, and I totally get that. But yeah, thanks for the shots. I'm surprised. We might have some special shouts or shot at marks today. I had the amazing opportunity. We had an extra, I'm going to say, hour and a half today. So we took the time to drive over to Thermopolis, Wyoming, where one of our favorite law enforcement officers, Mr. Pat Cornwell, we met up with him and had the chance to get my paws on him and give him a big hug and everything. I'm surprised he's not on here giving me some grief already, but it was awesome. I haven't seen that guy for 30 years, and it was just amazing. So thanks for letting me have a moment here just to kind of share the fun that I've gotten to experience this weekend. But again, thank you, Jess. Mr. Snow, let's bring you on.
Hey there. How you, brother?
I'm doing great. I've been so excited to get you on here and share again. Mr. Snow does pretty much the same thing we do. Veteran and podcaster.
Yep.
Podcast extreme aficionado. I mean, everything I've learned from this guy. I think I got to say things like that, right?
Yeah, butter me up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Tell us about your world. Tell us about your mission. Tell us where we need to go and what we're going to be doing next.
Well, yeah, my world has kind of different facets. Like you mentioned, I run a podcast here out of North Texas, LegacyCast, and really, I'm mostly interviewing veteran business owners, finding out what they're doing, to change their community, change the world around them. But off the screen, so to speak. I do volunteering work as well, which is something that lines up with you guys. I think I mentioned to you, when we were doing the podcast a while back, and I do some volunteer work with a nonprofit here that's in the same hometown as I'm in, Midlothian, Texas, and they work with special needs children and veterans through equine assisted therapies or animal assisted therapies in particular. And so the part I help with is the horse riding and horse therapies. And just helping people get over whatever their particular roadblock is. It's something that I personally benefited from, and so I become 1,000% invested in that particular mission. And it's something any of the veterans out there, if regardless of your struggle, mine, I was running into the separation struggles that a lot of us go through. We lose our brotherhood and don't know where to fit in. But I found some of my solace through different types of abuses. Alcohol was my particular, and so that's how I ran across those guys. And so through the equine assisted therapies have really helped me get my head on my backside and get plugged in the right way. Be able to heal some of that stuff in a good way that's going to be productive.
Awesome. I love teaming up with our podcast brothers and sisters. I think it gives us a chance to expand all of our listenership, and it also gives us the chance to reach out into new listenership. Also, and I haven't contacted to tell you this about, and we're going to talk more about it later, but we're setting up a marathon podcast event, and I'd like to invite you to bring your show with a guest, and if you want to, a musician, and we're going to run a whole 24-hour series just celebrating the veteran, the first responder, and making sure that they understand there is a boatload of dudes and dudettes out there that are willing to be there, open to help them get through whatever piece they are. Yeah, this is Mark staying quiet. Thank you for the distraction. My own team is beating me up. We got a boatload of people that are boots on the ground, ready to get your hands dirty, take care of you. And we're not here to fix you. We're here to lighten the load. We're here to give you just one little tiny piece that you can take and not have to focus on it and focus on the next piece. And hopefully this whole team of people in this network has a resource that each and every single person that's listening to this will listen to this and have listened to this will have a chance to reach into it. And that's our mission. We make sure that we allow us or allow you to tell us what your need is, and we go out and find that person. We don't refer it. We do a direct call and making sure everyone has an open opportunity to that resource. And so we appreciate it, James, for you coming on here and share that. What is the next big piece of your mission? Where are you going next?
Well, I guess really kind of in that direction. Something that I've also done is being part of the military veteran peer network here in North Texas, and that's something that it's kind of a liaison person between Texas Veteran Commission, being able to help connect people to groups. So it's like what you're saying, having boots on the ground to be able to be that first point of contact, helping make sure that our brothers don't become part of the 22, and just making sure that everybody knows there's somebody listening, there's somebody that's going to be a shoulder and an ear to help them out, because we've all lost too many. One is one too many, and
one is too many.
We've all lost somebody, and it's being plugged into those kind of programs like the one I was mentioning that I'm plugged in with. I have my own horse that's out there. Actually, she works there, as one of the therapy animals as well. And so, I get to take advantage of that, through her, but then also she's giving back. And so just, being available, that's really what I want to be is, be more available to people, because when that phone rings, I don't want it to ring and me not be there. So, that's really what my next step in the mission is just making sure that, I'm an open door, to anybody that needs it.
I love it. I love it. How do we find you? How do we find your podcast? How do we find you? If a bell's ringing in our head that we need to talk to James Snow, how do we get hold of you?
Well, you can email me, james@jsnow.us. That's my direct email to me. I also have the podcast through that website, jsnow.us/LegacyCast, all run together. You can find it on Facebook. You can Facebook Messenger me. I'm always picking those up. Anytime I get a message or something. And then awesome. We can put like in show notes or something where a phone number is to reach out, and that way, if somebody just needs to and they're local, make sure that there's always going to be somebody available to plug them into what professional groups they might need to talk to if that's necessary.
Absolutely. I'm going to totally throw you a curveball here.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Tell me about your biggest aha moment this year. The thing that said, "Yep, I know what I'm doing is the right thing."
I guess kind of discovering, you can't do everything on your own. You've got to have other people. And, that was my biggest thing is, getting out of my own way, because, I've got that controlling streak. I just can't let that go. And so just, learning that, I can't handle all of it, and, making sure that, really who to reach out to fill in that gap. The gap filler is a big deal. And so, just knowing that, you can't have all the answers. You're not, not the master of all trades. You got to have somebody that's going to be able to take up what you can't do. And that's what I'm saying, is getting out of my own way. That was my big aha moment, because, I just beat my head against the wall repeatedly, trying to do it, solo, and you can't do it. You can't do it. You got to have your tribe around you, and, that tribe's going to be able to pull you out of the hole when you're in it, and they're going to be able to point you in the right direction. And, sometimes they're going to smack you across the head, like it happened with me. It's had an accident last year and kind of messed me up physically. And, just realizing that, I'm not 10 foot tall and bulletproof. You got to be able to just let go of some things and let other people help you.
That's hitting the nail on the head. And that's for all organizational leaders that are out there right now. What a great opportunity to hear that. And let's figure out a way to get in the boat together and work together. No, I appreciate those words, James. And I thank you so much for coming on. And, again, make sure you're reaching out to James Snow and checking out his LegacyCast, jsnow.us/LegacyCast. That's awesome words, awesome inspiration. And I hope that you feel comfortable in the house of the People's Patriot Project, and that we can continue to work together and make sure that we're networking and giving, I don't know, it's more power, more brains in the role. So, Jess, I am not broadcasting from a high secure. Yeah, I'm on work release right now. I get to come out and be part of this podcast.
Sunshine time. Get some sunshine.
I got one of those little sickle things. I get to walk around and cut the grass, and I probably should be careful. Someone's going to find offense to that. So, Again, James, thank you so much for being on.
Sure.
Pat Cornwell did step in. He's got Patriots. I handed him a bunch of red cards today. It's not a full set, but we'll get him a full set. Remember, our red cards are for remember everyone deployed on Fridays. It doesn't have to be used on Fridays, but Pat's going to yell out Andrea. He's not even going to yell out my name. There he goes. Gosh, dang it.
Oh, there you go. There you go. He's fair and equal.
You know, it's like when you buy this little puppy and you walk it around all the time and he grows up and gets big and then he starts walking the owner. That's what's happening here. I'm being walked now.
Am I the puppy?
It's all good. It's all good. I'm okay, Pat. I'm okay. Let's hear Jesse again. Jesse, you got another Holy Ghost bump producer in you?
Oh, sure. When I got out, I'm still going through a number of surgeries and stuff, just correcting broken parts, and the first couple of years out, dealing with multiple surgeries, dealing with, the transitional phase, that was one heck of a battle. And after my last surgery, I had noticed, boy, my alcohol intake, my pill intake has increased substantially. And it was starting to really affect my better judgment with my wife and my kids. And so I told my wife, I was like, I'm done with all the pills. I don't care. I said, I'll just handle without them. I can't be stoned all the time. And it was that minute I was sitting in my studio. We had just at that point purchased our house, the same house that we just sold 2 weeks ago. That's why it's kind of bare in here and I've got no lighting. All my stuff is currently packed up in my production trailer. So I wrote this song about getting sober pretty much and the wonders of it and the difficulties of it. And what better place to sing that song than, honky tonks on Friday and Saturday nights to people. But it works, man. It's called The New Day Sober. It was the last single I released 2019. Lost in the heartache, or maybe the battle. Lately, it's hard to say. Running on empty, going full throttle, losing you. It's been a living hell. Now I'm alone in this house. I should let the bank take it. Light a match and just burn it down. And I don't need the thought of you hanging around. No, don't. Let me tell you why. 'Cause I got enough to deal with today. Then to think about the day that you went away. And I got a pounded head from a hangover. Bills I just can't afford to pay. It's like my heart and myself, my money's all gone. And there's nothing left to hold on to now. Oh, I guess I feel like a new day sober. It's already old, yes it is. Oh, now the sting in my throat from a half pack of smokes. It helps to take all the pressures of you weighing on my mind every single damn night. Oh, that's right, I heard you went and got a brand new boo. And all I can say is good riddance to that for SLB. And you don't know what it's in for. It's too damned on the CL for the time. It's in, he'll already be sucked in. I don't care, let me tell you why. 'Cause I got enough to deal with today. Than to think about the day that you went away. I
got a pounding head and a hangover. Pills I just can't afford to take. It's like my heart and my soul. My money's all gone. There's nothing left. There's nothing left to hold on to now. Oh, I guess I feel a few days sober. It's already, oh, yes it is. Oh, yeah, I guess I feel a new day sober is already. Oh, yeah.
Oh man, you speak the truth, brother. You speak the truth.
That was awesome. Thank you.
And I can't tell you the number of times I'd love to set my shit on fire and let it just burn to the ground, man.
Let them have it back.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, man, it's awesome, dude. Sounds great, bud.
Thank you so much.
That is awesome. Looks like, Mark, you're going to introduce somebody?
Yeah, real quick, I wanted to introduce to the world he's been a warrior for a while, but we have Mr. Keen Anderson, graduated from high school today, joined the Marines, heads off. When's your ship date?
June 22nd.
June 22nd. Was going to be next weekend, but they extended it a little while. So the Marines wouldn't get in his mouth. He actually just had his teeth pulled 3 days ago, so he's actually being kind of a beast about this, and it's congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you for your passion, your idea to serve, and we're excited about that. It's awesome to have another person in the family that signs his name on the line and willing to put it out there.
Oh yeah, no issue.
What's one piece of advice? I know you've got a lot of steps that you can still get through. What's one piece of advice that you think you could give someone who's interested in joining the military? What's something you could tell them that you think you could right now?
Well, the earlier you do it, the better. If you wait too long, you don't get the career choice you want, and you just don't have as many options.
All right.
I've got a friend that's waiting till January to get the job he wants because he joined too late.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's in your heart, you have the passion to serve, make sure you get there. Don't go into it blind. We got Pat Cornwell saying, just do it. Don't go in blind. There's some stories out there. I'm sure everyone that's on screen can tell you how awesome they love the recruiter at some given point, and everyone's got something positive and negative to say about the recruiter. So, you know what? It's a tough job to have, and people don't realize that, we're not icing a wedding cake. We're building soldiers. So, no, thanks, bud. I'm proud of you. So, that's what we got, man. We're building warriors.
Awesome, and congrats.
Andrea is saying happy graduation, Keen.
Thank you.
For sure. June 22nd, huh?
Yep.
We might get a bunch of other people walking by.
You said he's going into the Marines?
Into the Marines.
Very good. Congrats and best of luck to you, man.
Thank you.
All right, you better get back to your graduation party, buddy.
Go shake some
Looks
more
like all your
hands.
buddies are here, so
Something like that.
awesome. I got it. We'll fix it.
All right. He's
Now,
like
on an
a
interesting side note, if this one keeps going the way she is, she's going to be a Marine too. She loves eating the crayons, man. I don't know what the hell.
oh, you gotta kick it.
Sorry, I had to throw that in.
2 cents. He got 2 cents in there, didn't he? Dang. He's also a bull rider. Is that what I remember? Yeah. Nobody's gonna mess with him.
The
that explains his brain injury.
On the day of prom, he went and rode bulls first, and then he went out and jumped. I told him he should wear his bull gear to the prom, but
chicks would
he
dig
didn't
that.
take his uncle's advice, which is probably a good idea.
Man. All right, I'm going to jump into my spiel quick so I get it in because we are celebrating. Do I have the day right? Today is Armed Forces Day, May 16th, 2021. This started in 1950 when all branches recognized this is the official recognition day for all. And I think it's been the week. We just had Armed Forces Week as well. And so this theme in 1950 was Teamed for Defense. And gosh, I hope it still feels that way now, even though we do some name calling, Shad. Just kidding. I enjoy it. So there's some other things going on. It's the month of military appreciation. It is the month of the military caregiver. And we've talked about all of those. And then we also have, this is kind of a different one, fits in National Maritime Day will be on the 22nd. And that's where we honor the contributions of the American Merchant Marine and civilians who have defended the freedom since 1775, who executed the largest sea lift the world has ever known during World War II. So members of the Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard protect over 3.4 million square miles of U.S. exclusive economic zones and beyond. And so there was a boy that wrestled with my kids that went into the Merchant Marines. And I guess I never really understood how those pieces all fit together. And so that is all part of that and falling under that. Let me remind all of you, our military and first responders, you guys, they are out there on the front lines working to save lives and protect communities across the nation and beyond. And during the month of May, there's just a whole bunch of opportunities to show our respect for the hard work and life-saving sacrifices of these servants, law enforcement, and emergency medical service personnel. Remember, they work willingly. They serve us willingly. They make a ton of sacrifices, and they represent us around the world. And so that's why we're here as the People's Patriot Project, number one, and we've been pushing this for over a year to create the awareness that we need out there for the vast needs of our veterans and our first responders and what they're dealing with. And sadly, since we've started this, and we live in Minnesota, you guys, if that helps with the background of this, but those needs are just growing and growing and growing across the country. But we're creating a network of organizations in order to be proactive, to be boots on the ground, to be a force with the mission of supporting all of those who have served, and to create the resources and networks that will accommodate this unique financial need, mental, physical, and just a hey buddy need of this very complex mission of support. We want to be on the front of that, and you guys are all here helping us do that, but we don't do this alone. There's no way possible. That's why we have people like James D. Snow and Jesse Quandt here, Tony, Chad, Brian, the real Doug Lane, who I can't wait to talk to as we go on tonight. You guys, we need you all. And I mean, send people our way. If you have some nonprofits out there that really do want to do the right thing, we're here too. And we can hold hands and sing Kumbaya. I'm just kidding. It's a picture down the road. But we can hold hands and we can make this work. We will band together and get all of our boots on the ground across the country and beyond. So thank you.
You know, you joke about it a little bit, Andrew, and it's a zero attack here. Nothing was more exciting than when we got to go to Nashville a couple of weeks ago and got to put our paws on Tony Turner, Adam Jones. We missed a couple of our brothers that wanted to show and couldn't show, and that's okay. We're still going to connect. We'll get you there, Brian. We'll get down there with you. You like the way she says boots.
Here we go with that. Boots on the ground.
You know, even today, you know, with Pat Cornwell, just knowing those people, I've found so much, and I've always had it, but the affection for people who have chosen to serve has grown in me. There's a fire, and I don't know, you know, I've read a lot of books in my life being an educator, and there's a time and place where there was the misunderstood teen. I do think there's a piece where I think our veterans are misunderstood a little bit. Our first responders are misunderstood. People think that they got into it and knew what they were getting into, and it's not that they didn't know what they were getting into. It's why on earth are we dealing with some of the crud that we have to deal with kind of thing. And we'll get there. It's going to be this show. It's going to be Mr. Snow's show. It's going to be all of us together. And again, the word solidarity comes to my mind as a group, as an organization, as a unit. to go out and pick our brothers and sisters up when they need to be picked up, pull them along when they need to be pulled, push them when we need to push them, and hopefully that they find a place within what we're trying to get done to help establish who their identity is and lighten that load again. I love it. I love it. The mission is good. Brian, give us an update real quick.
All right. Well, just came back from the fob today. You know those telephone poles where you got to put the Wi-Fi extender? Those things are high when you ain't got a bucket truck. I'm just saying. But it's up there, and we now have Wi-Fi over 90% of the property. So, yes, James, come on. I got a couple other podcasters doing live events. Come on. We locked down Chris Trice from Eagle Fire Enrichment as our opening message Friday night. Again, we're going to be watching Will Gardner. Had a lot of good movies. Jess, I still got room on the stage, man. Still trying to fill that up. But we are just moving and moving. We're getting ready to kick off our annual Fill the Can Challenge here in our region. I had to go out and buy 15 more cans. Praise God. So, yeah, it's growing. Yeah, we're just getting all the pieces together in July. I can't wait to see all of Mark, Andrea, the more people that show up. Boom. It's just going to be that great. Sent off the first proof for the artwork to our graphic, whatever person you call them. And we will see. They like the People's Patriot Project in the little black thing over the actual logo. I don't know why.
Well, you do what you got to do, man. So Doug he's a little confused, and that's okay. We get through it. So Brian Gibson here is with Project Diehard out of, Kentucky, but he's got a facility that was donated to him in Southern Illinois called FOB Rush, Forward Operating Base Rush, named after, give us a little bit of history on that, Brian.
It's named after Sergeant Courtney Rush of the United States Air Force, who lost the fight to the demons January 3rd, 2012. When we first got the property donated to us, we put out a call for the name because this is how we're going to name every one of our facilities. And her family stood out above and beyond, and that's how it's got its name. I mean, Courtney I wish I could have met her, man. Just from talking with her mother and all this, she was a spark of life. So young, crew chief on a C-130, just all that. And you're right. No one can phantom what their life is going to bring them in the military. You can train, and talk. But until you go down range, you never know what you're going to see. So, still, if you're going to serve. We need more young men and women to step up and serve. Because those old guys will still come back if called, but we're just going to be a lot slower.
Yeah. Speak for yourself, Brian, okay?
Okay.
I got some mad ninja skills going on over here. That's
go right ahead, Dan, brother.
Really good, but yeah. So check Brian Gibson out with Operation Diehard, Project Diehard. Do that again. I did that again.
ProjectDiehard.org.
I'll get it. ProjectDiehard.org. And he does. He's got an amazing thing going on in Southern Illinois and Kentucky, and so we do support what he's doing down there. We're in the boat with them, and we'll make sure that we're getting things and resources put in the right spot to make sure we're taking care of the most we can. So, Jesse, you got another one, brother?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
All right. This one's one of the more requested ones that I do shows. I'm proud of my daughter. She's 18 and she's actually marrying a Marine in 3 months. And we're excited for it.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 35.
Okay, I guess.
I'm halfway done. I got a 10-year. I'm gonna be a young grandpa. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. I'm still kicking the butts, hiking up and down mountains. I'm feeling all right.
Bless your heart and the fact that you're letting your daughter date a Marine already, because that might happen a lot sooner than what you would plan on. So.
You know, I knew him before he went in the Marines. I had about a year and a half with him. And I was Army, and most of my family was Army, except for my uncle, he was a Marine, and he was just after Korea and up into Vietnam. And so the kid is he's solid, and he's the kind of guy that you would want to marry your daughter. And I said, "What the hell are you doing in the Marines, man? Come on!" No, I'm just kidding. I love him to death. So she grew up in the military lifestyle with me. She had suffered an age old enough to understand me being gone on my last deployment. So she's gonna make one hell of an military spouse, knowing the do's and the don'ts. So I'm excited for them. But she's a blue collar worker like me, and still doing blue collar work. So I'm gonna play you guys a song called "Blue Collar Family Life." Dad has spent all our growing up working all night till the sun came up. Then in most of the day, he kissed Mama when he got home, right as she was walking out the door. Just working to make our way of life. A lot of you know, working your hands till the bone on. In a blue collar family life, I'm on raised in it till I die. It's what I know, yeah, it's what I love. And yeah, hard times come, hard times go. Still one thing I've always known, is that I get a little dirt on that collar of mine. Working a whole lot more than that 9 to 5. In a blue collar family life, yeah. Well, it's still like it was 20 years back. The big dogs and cops still give us all the flack, man. You just think that they really didn't know. Hell nah. What you covered going bad, your billfold small. You think God you got anything at all. Much better raise life, or you know you better buck up, yeah, and realize it's a whole lot more than others have. In this way of life, you gotta take the good with the bad. Yeah, come on. In a blue collar family life, born and raised in it till I die. It's what I've known, Lord. It's what I love. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, hard times come, hard times go. Still one thing I will always know is how to get a little dirt on that collar of mine. Oh yeah, working a whole lot more than that 9 to 5. In a blue collar family life, yeah, yeah. In a blue collar family life, oh yeah. Oh, you know what it is. Gonna tell me about it. Go on and raise your glass. Oh yeah. Oh, you 9 to 5. Oh, you 60 hours a weekend. Everybody busting your backs. 'Cause in the blue collar family life, I'm born and raised in it till I die. It's what I know, and God, it's what I love. And yeah, hard times come, hard times go. Still one thing I will always know is that I get a little bit of dirt on that collar of mine. We're working a whole lot more than that 9 to 5. Do
doing what we gotta do just to survive, yeah. And a blue collar family life, oh yeah. And a blue collar family life, oh yeah.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
We have been so blessed with the amazing musicians that we've had come on here, and this hasn't never. Not that I wouldn't tell anyone anyway, but we really have not had a dud since the start of all of this, other than maybe a moment when I tried to sing or something, and that doesn't ever work out really good. But
It was your other personality. That was the one.
my multi-personality come out. I love it. Mr. Snow, do you have anything you want to share in closing?
Well, I guess I would just say, if anybody watching or listening, make sure that you just, don't try to go it alone. Whatever you're doing, don't go it alone, because we've all tried that. We all run into the same brick wall, and don't go it alone, because it's not going to turn out well. Just like when you're trying to set up a plan for going on vacation, and you have your roadmap. Talking to other people that have been there, they can be your roadmap. Those other people have been there, they've done it, they've seen it. You're not alone. And some of us think we're going through something that nobody else has gone through, and that's not true. We've all been there. We've seen the same stuff, and so there's always going to be somebody that's dealt with what you've dealt with, and they've overcome it. And so don't think that you're in the world by yourself, because there's always somebody to surround you and grab you and put their arms around you and talk to you and get you through it. Because like I say, nothing's new. It's all the same old thing. It's we're playing the same game with the same rules, and so there's always somebody that's gone through it before. And just reach out to somebody. Don't try to tough it out. Don't stand on the edge of the cliff alone, because somebody can stand there with you and walk you back. And so just reach out to people, man.
Yeah. I mean, not to take away what Mr. Snow is saying, but we've even been on this show where literally Shad has taken a call and went and has dealt with people that are in need. And that's why we do this. And there's never a time, place. My phone's on 24/7. Reach out to anyone that you see on the screen. Thank you so much for coming on, Mr. Snow. And we'll keep talking, keep our network alive, and making sure that we're getting max capacity out of this and making sure. Jess, amazing last song. I think I like that it's called Blue Collar Family, but the reality is your young lady there is joining the military family. And so we need to maybe think about a recalibration of that song a little bit. And with that said, it just reminds me, and I know you're there to support your daughter as well, but let her know that we're all here in it with her. Being a spouse and being a family member of someone who's served is always a little different. It's not something that they asked for. Jess made a choice to serve. I made a choice to serve. Everyone else on the screen, for the most part, made a choice to serve. And the family members we had in our world, including our mom, pa, or our brothers and sisters, they weren't involved in that decision-making process. And it does take a little extra from them. They care about the people that are serving. So make sure you're reaching out to them people as well, making sure that they're supported. And just let you know, your daughter, thank your future son-in-law for his service. And your daughter's joined the service because of that. And thank her for the support. And we are constantly here for you and your family. Whatever
I appreciate that
to help support. Absolutely.
So much.
With that said, it's also a time where we need to have the discussion about reaching out to those. It is a buddy check time. You do need to, we ask that everyone that's listening and being part of this, if you're on the show now, take a moment after the show, reach out to someone. It's a challenge. Reach out to someone. Let it be the strongest person in the units that you served in. Let it be the little snot-nosed rug rat, know-it-all, turd, private, whatever. You know what? They need the support too. And reach out to whoever you need to. Make a couple calls. It's not hard. Take the time. I have found that roughly 90% of the people that call into the People's Patriot Project just want to know someone else is on the other side of the line. It doesn't take any time at all to have the conversation, let them know that you're there. Every once in a while it does get extended into a little longer conversation, but it's always been well worth it. And so do the buddy check for us. It is part of the We Got Your 6 at 6, because we do take care of our brothers and sisters along the way. The real Doug Lane, we haven't got to hear anything from you. You're in our peanut gallery. What do you got to say, brother?
Oh, I've just been enjoying the show, man. Jesse, good job. Appreciated the songs.
Thank you so much.
Really good out there. Yeah, for those out there in the family, if you're in Texas or Wyoming especially, I'm coming with my band this summer, and we got shows all over Texas. You know, if you follow on Facebook or follow on Bands in Town, you'll know about them. But we're heading out on July 2nd, and we're getting back about July 24th. We've got a lot of shows in the Dallas area and Pflugerville with Denny. With Denny, man. You guys know Denny. I don't need to talk about Denny. He's a good guy. He's really helped me out there. And we got a couple down in my hometown in Kingsville, Texas, way down south, and Corpus and Houston. Yep, Houston, we're coming for you. Chad, I totally expect you to be there. And yeah, and if you live in any of those main markets, be sure you hop on and buy tickets, because they are ticketed shows. One's in Dallas, Houston, Midland, and Aransas Pass. They're all ticketed shows, so be sure you hop on and do that. And if you know any businesses that are interested in sponsoring an independent, veteran-led country Americana musician on tour, I'm definitely looking for sponsors right now.
Awesome. I just want to. This is mind blowing for me, because not everyone I will know. But we're looking here, and we've got Texas to Washington to Kentucky to Minnesota to Alabama covered on this screen right here. We got the country covered. We've got people in New York. We've got people down in Georgia. We've got people.
Utah.
We got people all over Utah. We got people all over the country here to support those that need it. And so I always say, you foxtrot matter. And, that's the truth. Not everyone got out of bed and did what you did. And you are deserving because of that. And I full-heartedly believe that. And that's on my sleeve. If you're having a moment, we get it. And we've had people on the show that have shared those moments and what it took to get them out of that moment. And sadly, we've had some people not on this show because they didn't figure it out. And that's a truth. I'm going to knock on wood. The People's Patriot Project has not lost one person in our network to our knowledge to date. And we celebrate that. We don't want to start today, and we're not planning on starting on today. So if you're hearing this message and you're having a struggle for the moment, I don't care what grad party I'm at or if anyone's fishing on a boat or any of that, we drop. It kind of reminds me of that one insurance commercial where they all show up in their little. That's what we're doing. We stop what we're doing to make sure that we're taking care of our brothers and sisters. So we've been blessed. Again, one more amazing day in the books, and I know that we're sending out the right message, and we greatly appreciate all those that have come on today, all those that got boots on the ground in service, and all those that want to continue to serve. We appreciate you. Thank you, and Patriot Pride.